Hey there, and welcome to my channel. So today I got a text message from Hobby Lobby saying that their Christmas clearance was 90% off. Now I've been waiting for this sale. I typically try to wait until it's 90 off before I try to buy things to use in making my crafts for I can't say next year because it's this year, but for the end of the year and my holiday craft fairs. And so I didn't want to shop even at 70% off. And that's how I keep the prices of my items so low. A lot of people ask me, how do you make money on such low price items? And it's because I'm pretty frugal and I try to do my best at catching things on clearance or sale. And so I just wanted to share with you what I got today at Hobby Lobby, and I also got some clearance items at Walmart. So I'm going to share those with you, and I hope that your Hobby Lobby is on clearance too and that you find some really good things. Now, I will have to say that my Hobby Lobby was pretty bare. I mean, I did find some really nice things, but there wasn't as much left this year as there was this time last year. So I got some really good things last year that I was able to use in my crafting for my holiday craft fairs. But anyway, in the pick aisle, I found these little picks with berries and pine cones. They were 99 cents, so I practically paid nothing for these, like 10 cents each. So I bought 4 of those. And I got these pretty branch picks with some pine cones. These were $3.99, so like 40 cents, which is a really good deal. I'll probably take these apart and use the pine cones and the branches separately. So I try to think outside of the box and think, how can I use these in my crafts for the next holiday craft show. And so I bought this big huge branch. I can't even fit the whole thing in the screen here, but I thought these berries were really pretty, and I'll be able to cut these off and place them on my Christmas crafts. So this one was $14.99, so $1.50, and that's quite a bit of berries. So I'm gonna have to sit this one over here. I got 2 of these big ones. No, they're not the same. I got this one here. It's got some pretty, looks like some ice on there and berries. And this one was $12.99, so $1.30 for this. There's quite a bit on there. I'll be able to use these on a lot of my crafts. All right, so I bought these pretty wooden garland with the tassels. I will not be using these as garland, but I was thinking that I would cut these apart, and this is what I like to do when I can find these garland on sale. I cut them apart and I use these beads on my Christmas ornaments. And so you get a lot. It's like I don't know, it's probably several feet of this, and plus it's got the tassels, so I may be able to repurpose the tassels in some of my crafts. So this was $7.99, so 80 cents for a whole string of wooden beads is a great deal. All right, now I also snagged a white strand of wooden beads. And they were also $4.99. And you see how many beads you get. Yeah, this is a good deal. So I'll do the same with these. I'll just cut them apart and use them on my crafts. All right, so I got these pretty snowflakes. It's a really big pack. Let's see. There's 24 pieces in here for $6.99. So for 70 cents, I got a lot of these snowflake ornaments. And I was thinking I could use these on my Christmas signs, just to give them some dimension. I'll probably glue those on there. And I also got some white ones with the iridescent glitter. These are really pretty. So for the price, I couldn't pass these up. Okay, now I got this really big roll of tulle. I think this is called tulle. It's normally $9.99. You can see there's a lot on here, and this is like a see-through iridescent. I could use this for bows, or I've got some ideas to make some Christmas ornaments with this. So for $1, that's a really good deal. All right. I found these Merry Christmas. I'm sorry for the glare. That ring light is glaring on everything. But these glittery Merry Christmas signs. I'm planning to use these on my wood round signs. And there's a hole there. But I should be able to put like a little bow, or maybe like a diamond jimmy or something there. And let's see. So there are 6 pieces in here. So for $7.99, 80 cents. That's a really good deal for those. And my daughter went with me, and she talked me into getting the blue ones. Now, I love blue. My customers do not typically like blue, but I have some ideas for this one. So I may be able to make those pretty and sellable. Now the next thing I got is this really sparkly iridescent snowflake, a bag of snowflakes. And you can never have too much snow. So I always like to get this when it's on sale. So for 70 cents, this is a pretty big bag. And then I also got the Fun Snow without glitter. So I'll be able to use these both in different crafts. All right. I did find, let's move this out of the way here. I did find some table runners. And this one has poinsettias on it, and it's just really dainty, thin table runner. I love to decorate my table for every season. So anytime I can get a table runner that's washable, I try to snag it. And for, what is that, like 45 cents for a table runner was a great deal. Alright, and I also got the snowflake one. Let's show you what that looks like. I really like this one. That's really pretty. So I will use these eventually. Alright, so I think that's all I got at Hobby Lobby. Like I said, they a lot of their things were picked over. And I would say that they sold most of their items when the sale went to 70% off. But I just tell myself, if I'm meant to find something, I'll find it when it's 90% off. And so I usually try to wait on that. Alright, so what I found at Walmart. Now, I didn't just buy this stuff at Walmart. I got it when right after Christmas, when everything was 50% off. And, you know, Walmart prices are pretty low as it is. So, even at 50% off, you still get some really good deals. So, I can always use these garland ties. Now, I found myself looking for these garland ties last year when I was, it was before Christmas decorations came out. And I needed some of these to make some wreaths for my crafts, and I ended up ordering them on Amazon, and I'm sure I paid way too much for them. So I was glad to find that they had some of these left, and so half off of $2.44. That was a really good price. So now I've got plenty of these to start making stuff for next time. Alright, and they had these velvet bows. Now, I like to hang wreaths on all of my windows on the front of my house. And all of my wreaths have bows on them. And, you know, after a while, they start to look weathered and just kind of yucky. So I went ahead and bought some new bows, and literally, like, for less than 50 cents, I got some new bows for, I'll probably have to use them next year. So I already have those for next year. And let's see. So I bought some of this tulle. Now, I don't normally buy tulle, but I have some ideas for this. Now, I bought these before I went to Hobby Lobby and found that big, huge roll. So, if I had known I was going to find that big roll at Hobby Lobby, I probably wouldn't have bought these. But I'm sure I'll use it at some point. And so, they were like $1.50 each. So, I got those. And every year I always buy some ornament hooks. So I got 2 packs of those. Yeah, got that. Now I got these pretty, they're like cardstock weight tags. They were $1.48 regular, so basically paid nothing for them, but I think I'll be able to use these on some of my crafts, so that's why I bought them. So I got those from Walmart. And I found this cute little wire garland that has snowflakes on it. I thought that was cute. So I find myself just walking around thinking, you know, what can I find that I'll be able to use when I start making these crafts. So sometimes that's hard for me to plan ahead, and I don't like to buy things that I'm not going to use. So I really have a hard time with that. So anyway, I bought these, and I don't really have an idea for them yet, but I think I may be able to use them. So I went ahead and got them for the price. It wasn't too bad. I think this is mistletoe. Yeah, some little leaves and some little berries there. Yeah. So I got that. I thought that was really cute. And I got this strand of wooden beads. It was $2.48, so half of that was really a really good deal. And like I said, I went shopping at Walmart on their clearance before I went to Hobby Lobby. But you could never have too many beads. I found myself using a lot of wooden beads this year, or last year. So, I got those. And I also got this pretty box of cards. I just love this design. It's so simple. And I like the colors. And it was like $3 with half off. And I'm probably not going to use these to send for Christmas cards. I'm thinking about using the front of the card for crafts. I just thought that was just such a pretty front there, and I think it would be nice to use on my to decoupage on those little wooden houses. I think that would be pretty. And I thought, well, hey, I've got a lot here, so I could use them as Christmas cards too if I wanted to. All right, let's see. I think that is all of the clearance I got at Walmart. Oh, I did want to share this with you. So I found this stack of sketchbooks at Five Below, and you get 5 of them, and it was $5. And I thought to myself, I've never had sketchbooks in my craft fairs, and my daughter loves to draw, and she's always asking for sketchbooks. And I thought, for $5, you get 5 of them. I can just refinish the cover and make these look pretty and sell them at my craft fairs. So I'm going to add this to probably my craft fair in April. I'm gonna try to get these made for then. Let's see what they look like inside. I haven't opened these yet, so pretty sure they're just going to be blank. But yeah, I thought this would be something new that I could take that people might be interested in. And I only bought 1 pack, and I almost bought 2, but I thought, no, I'm not going to overdo it. I'm just going to buy 1 and see how they do. Yeah, see, they're just blank pages. So I'm going to sell these as, market these as sketchbooks and see how they go. If they do well, then I may start carrying them at every craft fair. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes. Oh, I wanted to share with you, the stuff I got at Hobby Lobby was $17.49. I got all that stuff for $17. I couldn't believe it. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. And I wanted to thank you so much for taking the time to spend with me and watch my video. And I appreciate you all watching. And I hope to see you in the next one.